In this video, I'll be solving your January 2022 Paper 2 Question 2. Part A, factorize completely 3n squared plus 15np for 2 marks. So I will write here 3n squared plus 15np. Now, the HCF of these two terms here is 3n. 3 into 3 is 1, and n squared divided by n here is n. 1 by n is n, so we just leave it as that. 3 into 15 here is 5, and np divided by n is p. Part B, the diagram below shows a quadrilateral with the length of its sides written in terms of x. Part 1, write an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of the quadrilateral. Express your answer in its simplest form for 2 marks. So this is the quadrilateral they gave us, and you can see clearly the sides are given in terms of x. Now, we know that the perimeter is the distance around, so the perimeter of this quadrilateral will be the sum of the sides of this quadrilateral. So we could write here, perimeter is equal to 2x minus 1 plus 2x plus 5 plus 3x minus 7 plus 15 minus 2x. Now, I want to group all the like terms, so I'll put all the variables together, putting positives before negatives, and do the same for the numbers. So we have here 2x plus 2x plus 3x minus 2x plus 5 plus 15 minus 1 minus 7. 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 and 3 is 7, so this is 7x minus 2x. 5 plus 15 here is 20. Minus 1 minus 7 here is minus 8. So 7x minus 2x is 5x, and 20 minus 8 is 12. So therefore the perimeter is equal to 5x plus 12 centimeters. Part 2. The perimeter of the quadrilateral is 32 centimeters. Find the length of the longest side of the quadrilateral for 2 marks. So let's examine the diagram here. You can see clearly that the longest side of the quadrilateral is this side. And this side is given here by 2x plus 5. But in order to find out the actual value in centimeters, we need to find the value of x. In part 1 here, we were able to derive an equation for the perimeter, which is 5x plus 12. And they gave us here that the perimeter is equal to 32. So I could use the perimeter and the equation I derived here, 5x plus 12, and solve for x, and then substitute the value of x into 2x plus 5. To get the length of the longest side. So I'll write here that the perimeter is equal to 5x plus 12, and we know here that the perimeter is equal to 32 centimeters, so we write here 32 is equal to 5x plus 12. Now I want to solve here for x. So I will say 32 minus 12 is equal to 5x. 32 minus 12 here is 20, is equal to 5x. Divide by 5, divide by 5. We have here that x is equal to 4 centimeters. So therefore, we could find now the longest side of the quadrilateral. So we write here that the longest side of the quadrilateral and this here is equal to 2x plus 5. So I write here 2x plus 5, and we know here that x is 4 centimeters. So this is 2 multiplied by 4 plus 5. 2 4s are 8 plus 5. So this here is 13 centimeters. Part C. Determine all the integer values of x which satisfy the inequality. Minus 1 is less than 2 minus 4x all over 3, which is less than 5 for 3 marks. So you see this 3 here? I want to get rid of it in the inequality, and I will do so by multiplying throughout by 3. So multiplying throughout by 3. So this here is minus 1 multiplied by 3, which is less than 2 minus 4x all over 3. And I will put here the 3 over 1 so that we'll be multiplying numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. And here this is 5 multiplied by 3. So minus 1 multiplied by 3 here is minus 3. This is less than, and notice here that 3 will cancel into 3 and this will give 1. And we know 1 multiplied by anything is itself, so this here is 2 minus 4x, which is less than 5 multiplied by 3 here is 15. So we have a compound inequality here, and I will break this up into two simple inequalities, solve them separately, and put them back together to form one solution. So we will have here minus 3 is less than 2 minus 4x. Now I want to solve this inequality in a way that I will leave the variable on the right hand side so that when I'm putting it back together, the x term will be in the middle here. So I'll take the numbers to the left. So this here is minus 3 minus 2 is less than minus 4x. So minus 3 minus 2 here is minus 5 is less than minus 4x. Now when we solving inequalities, we cannot divide both sides of the inequality by a negative coefficient. We need to multiply throughout by minus 1. So I'll write here multiplying throughout by minus 1. So this is minus 5 multiplied by minus 1. And when we multiply throughout by minus 1, it reverses the inequality sign. So this becomes greater than minus 4x multiplied here by minus 1. So minus and a minus is a plus. So this is 5 is greater than minus and a minus is a plus. So this here is 4x. So I will write here 5 is greater than 4x and divide by 4. So we could say here that 1 and a quarter is greater than x. So that's the first solution here to the simple inequality. Let's deal with the other simple inequality here. We have 2 minus 4x is less than 15. So notice here we want the x term to remain in the middle. So in this case I will take all the numbers to the right hand side and leave the x terms on the left. So this will be minus 4x is less than 15 minus 2. So minus 4x is less than 15 minus 2 here is 13. Again, we have a negative coefficient of x, and we cannot divide both sides of the inequality by a negative coefficient. So we need to multiply throughout by minus 1. So multiplying throughout by minus 1. So this is minus 4x multiplied by minus 1. And this reverses the inequality sign, so this becomes greater than, and this here is 13 multiplied by minus 1. So minus and a minus is a plus, so this here is 4x is greater than minus 13 because the signs are different, so this is negative. So I will divide here by 4 and divide here by 4. So we can write here that x is greater than minus 3 and a quarter. Now we can put the two solutions that we came up for the simple inequalities. So we came up with here 1 and a quarter is greater than x. So we write here 1 and a quarter is greater than x. And we could write here now that x is greater than minus 3 and a quarter. So it's greater than minus 3 and a quarter. Now, because this is in descending order, some students may have difficulty looking at this and easily identifying the integers values of x. So I'm just going to rewrite this in another form, which is the same as saying here that minus 3 and a quarter is less than x less than 1 and a quarter. So here it's in ascending order, here it's in descending order. So they both are correct, just different ways of expressing it. So the integer values of x are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and 1.